Hello and welcome to the SCLD podcast. I'm Erin Dodge here with the Spokane County Library District, and I've got one of our favorite guests today, Gwendolyn Haley, and we're here to talk about summer reading and specifically Beanstack summer reading.
Yes, absolutely.
And for folks who don't know, what is Beanstack summer reading?
Oh, yeah. Well, Beanstack is the online platform we use for everyone to track their reading over the summer. So it's how you sign up for summer reading. It's how you track your reading. It's how you put your name in for prize drawings. More to come on
prizes. Yeah, we're going to talk about those prizes in a little bit. Hang on.
Yeah. So, and it's really great because there's also an app, so you can actually do it all from your smartphone. And as a parent, I have to say I love the app.
Okay.
So our summer reading program is called Read Beyond the Beaten Path this year, and we're encouraging people to read and try lots of things through the library that they've not done before, whether it's checking out different kinds of materials or reading a genre you've not read, or maybe checking out one of the cultural passes, but also
reading out and about.
Being outside and doing lots of things. But we ask people to read for 20 minutes a day and for about up to 10 hours.
And this is for everybody. I know summer reading, I tend to think of, oh, it's for the kids. But it's not just for the kids.
Oh, it's for everybody.
It's for everybody.
So as a community, we have a community goal for our whole county to read 200,000 minutes together.
Okay.
Not individually.
No.
Over the summer.
Okay.
But that's if every one of us reads 600 minutes over the summer.
Okay.
Like I said, that's 20 minutes a day.
Yeah.
That's about 6 weeks
That's
over
doable.
time. That's totally doable. It's summer, it's vacation. But the great news is whatever you read counts. So whether you're reading magazines through one of our digital magazine services, or if you're listening to audiobooks, which a lot of us do on car trips, that counts. If you're listening to, I don't know, like the Game of Thrones series, you've dialed in, you've got 10 hours of listening
easily, yes.
But
if you're reading with your family, like
reading out loud.
reading with you,
yes.
I'm getting credit for reading.
Right, and I'm getting credit for listening. So it works. So if you're reading out loud to your kids every night, and I really hope you are, because it's one of life's greatest joys.
Yes.
But if you're reading books, or if your kiddos have younger siblings or cousins, they're reading too, all of it counts. And you can read comic books, and you can read magazines, graphic novels, and you can read chapter books and picture books.
Audiobooks. My daughter loves audiobooks.
Yeah, all of it counts. We just really, and the great thing about summer, Erin, is that it's the time where we all read what we want to read, what excites us, what interests us. And it's a great time for your kiddos to read anything they like. So don't worry as a parent if your kiddo's reading a book that's too easy for them, because they're building fluency and they're building skills. And that's really vitally important to become a lifelong reader. The single biggest factor for any of us to become avid readers or just to enjoy reading is to pick books and reading materials that we enjoy. That's it. If you find something you like to read, you should read that. And I'm going to give you a get out of jail free card right now. If you pick up a book and you are not enjoying it, you have my permission as a representative of Spokane County Library District to put it down, and you do not have to finish it. You can go on. Life is too short.
Do you know how many years it took for me to figure that out?
Yeah, but you're not enjoying it. And I had a friend
I was well into my 30s before I said, I don't have to read this.
No, take your age.
Do another book.
And don't give it more pages to catch your interest than you are old. And in fact, once you're over 50, you can take 100 and subtract. And that's how many pages you need to give it before you can say, no, move on to the next one. And the nice thing is when you have a library card with Spokane County Library District, you have access to a wealth of books to choose from. And so you never have to be stuck reading something you don't enjoy.
There's another
at any
book
age.
Out there. There's another book out there that's the book that you're reading next.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be wonderful.
Yeah. And
I think letting kids know that too is important, because I've seen my son not like a book, and I'm like, you know what? We have 4 more right there. Just go grab another one.
Yeah.
And then I've seen him also not like a book like on page 1, but then he's like, well, I'll read a little bit more, and then by page 3, he's like hooked.
Right.
So it's just there is a balance.
There's a sweet spot. You got to give it a chance. But if you've given it, a few pages, if you're 10 and you've given it 10 pages and it's not grabbing your interest, move on to the next book, because you'll find something. So if it's nonfiction or fiction, whatever it is, we've got something for you to read at the library, and then you can track it. And the great thing about the app, which is available as a free download on any smart device.
Real plug, you can get the link to get the download for the app on our app's webpage, which
Mhm.
is at www.scld.org. I almost tripped up over that. I did trip over that. Anyway, /apps.
Yes.
So,
Yeah,
and
it's right there.
it's right there on there.
Yeah, free download. It's super easy to use. You can manage, so if you have more than one kiddo who's reading and yourself, or in your household, you can manage all of them on one device, and you can track. And if your kids are reading together, you can actually set a timer and automatically log their minutes, which is one of the hard things if you're trying to track minutes.
So you don't really need a separate login for each kid. It's basically one family
You can
login.
loop them together,
And
and then
you're-
you can just have a profile basically for
That's
each of your
easy.
kiddos.
That's
It's really easy. So I'm looking at my daughters right now, and so 7 books read, 1,300 minutes read. It's all right here on my dashboard. I can track it. So that's really nice.
Very
And then I
nice.
can also, we have activities throughout the summer too, so you can earn badges for doing fun things like checking out something from the library, from our STEM materials for kids and for preschoolers, or something from our library of things, or trying one of our resources, like exploring World Book a little bit, or Hoopla, watching a movie or listening to an audiobook.
I was going to say World Book. I mean, there's a lot of reading that they could be doing in World Book.
Yeah, following your interest. If you've got a kiddo who's really interested in a topic, World Book's a great place to start. And we've got different reading levels. It's available in a couple different languages. So, yeah, things like that. So you earn badges.
Okay, yeah, badges.
Yes, so you earn badges for every hour that you read, for every 60 minutes.
Okay.
Plus, then you also earn badges for completing activities.
Okay.
Like I was talking about. And all of those badges translate into tickets that go into a drawing.
And now we're getting to the good
For
part.
fabulous prizes, sponsored by the Foundation of Spokane County Library.
Okay, so yeah, we have prizes this year. The Library Foundation of Spokane County, which I'm going to give the URL really quick here. So if you are interested in donating, supporting the library, this is how you do it. And they are at supportscld.org. And okay, now we want to know, what are the prizes?
Okay, so we actually have what we're calling a family adventure kit at each of our libraries, and it's a backpack that will have binoculars, a little handheld microscope.
Oh, wow.
So you can get up close and look at things. We had a lot of fun with these at our Earth Day program. It also has a book by Rich Landers, which is about day hikes here in Eastern Washington, so you can get outdoors.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then also one about stargazing. Has some field guides in it. So it's really everything you need in a backpack to take your family and get off the beaten path and go and explore the environment and the natural area around here.
It's like your grab and go bag.
It's your grab and go bag for outdoor exploration. Yeah.
Cool.
You always, we had to put a couple books in there so you have something to read while you're exploring. We were really excited about it. It's modeled after our Checkout Washington bags, so but it's something that your family can take. Throw a snack, throw some water in there, and you're good to go for the day. We have one per library location.
Okay.
All 11 libraries, so people can register, and then for that prize, and then we have one grand prize.
Oh, there's a grand prize.
There is a grand prize.
Okay.
So the person who reads the most and completes the most challenges will
wow.
will be entered, if they complete everything, entered into the grand prize.
Okay,
drawing.
so this is you do everything, and then you get
right.
Okay, then you're entered.
And I'm super excited about this one. It is kind of a starter camping kit. So there's a tent, and this tent is a 2 to 4 person tent. But it doesn't have poles, Erin. And if you've been camping and struggling with the poles, which I have,
I've gotten help from.
It's a pop-up tent that goes whoop, just like that, whoop, and it just pops up, and then you're all set. Camp is made. We've got 2 sleeping bags. Yeah, I'm excited about this one. 2 sleeping bags, and then a propane stove. Plus, we found this really cool game that we're including in that for families. So when you're camping and you're like, well, what are we going to do with the kids? It's a card game, and you deal out the cards, and it's a scavenger hunt for you and your family and your fellow campers to enjoy. It's for all ages, and it might be find something fuzzy, find something smooth, find something red, find something blue, and so you just can set a time and whatever rules you want to make to it. But it's just a really fun little game, and we thought folks would enjoy that too. So we're really excited about that grand prize. So
yes, that sounds very cool.
Pairs nicely with a Checkout Washington.
Which we've talked about in a previous podcast, and if you want to check out what that is, they can go to
our website, www.scld.org.
Perfect. You nailed it.
So yeah, we're really excited. We haven't had prizes. It's through the generosity of the foundation that we're able to offer prize drawings because that's not something that the library budget can pay for. And so it's just one of the kinds of things that the foundation helps support that are extras that people in the community really enjoy, and allow us to encourage people to get back to being stack and reading and logging their reading, because we know that especially for our kiddos, reading every day over the course of the summer break really makes a difference when they start school again, about whether they've lost ground or are ready to go and start learning in the new year.
And folks this concept might be new to them, but there's several phrases that folks use when they talk about this.
Right, called the summer slide,
Summer slide.
especially when we're talking about elementary school students, but it's really true for older kids too. But that long break in the summer, which we all enjoy so much, does mean that some of our skills get a little rusty. And just like any other skill, if you're not practicing it every day,
right.
I started playing the piano again recently, and I have not for many, many years, and it shows.
Wow.
So for our kiddos, especially as they're learning to read, a summer of not actively engaging and practicing that kind of muscle of reading, they really can lose ground. Which, that's why we say 20 minutes a day. 20 minutes a day, it's not a lot. It's just enough to keep that skill, practice, and maintain those skills and build them. Often kids who've been reading over the course of the summer, they start school again, and they've often gained over the summer.
Yeah.
Even if they're not reading, at grade level, they're still making ground because they're building those muscles and fluency and those skills and practicing. So it's important.
Summer slide, it might be also called summer learning loss, and there's some other phrases about sort of what can happen if you completely stop reading all summer.
Yeah, and it's such a fun thing to do, and there's so many ways, like we talked about, for families to do this together and to encourage their kids. One of the fun things about using the app is it kind of gamifies summer reading, because as the kids are earning badges, they're also they can have a streak. We all have different Facebook and social media things where we're trying to maintain our streaks. That's kind of fun to do, but you can do that on BeatStack. You can also find your friends. So if they've got buddies who are also, and if you as an adult have buddies who are doing it, you can kind of track. The other thing is that our BeatStack app emails you book recommendations. It's an optional email that you sign up for when you're registering and say, yeah, I'd like to receive, and it'll send you personalized book recommendations based on what you've said. These are the preferences, the kind of things I like to read. So it builds a profile for you, and then you can have recommendations every week.
And I noticed something else in there when I was using the last summer. I got I saw reviews.
Yeah.
So if a kiddo or an adult really enjoys a book, or maybe really doesn't enjoy a book, you can share that.
Yes.
And then other readers will see that.
Yeah, and those are actually on the main page, so you can see, but also you can see those in the app. And that's really a fun thing. You earn a badge for reviews, for making some reviews, but it is a great way. And it's a fun thing, too. You can actually do a picture review. So if you were inspired to build something out of Legos or draw a picture, you can share that in your reviews. And we publish them all.
That's amazing.
Anything you read. So, yeah. And the other thing is we have another challenge that's kind of going year round. That's 1,000 books before kindergarten. You can sign up for summer reading in addition to that, and then everything counts double.
Yes, that's awesome.
Which is good.
That's awesome.
It's like getting double miles. Very exciting.
Double your reading points.
Yes. Yes.
And again, what was that goal for the county for the summer?
200,000 minutes. We haven't made
we can do it.
We can do it. We just need everybody to do their part and sign up and log their reading.
And I think 20 minutes, you can really fit that in. You can fit it in before, after dinner, before bed. We do a lot of reading before bed in my house.
Yeah, it's great.
And then, but kids, you can just like, hey, let's have some breakfast and a reading time.
Absolutely, you can do that. Road trips are great if you're planning a trip to visit relatives or anything like that this summer. Listening to audiobooks is something that my family really enjoyed. So kids don't get car sick when you listen to an audiobook.
Because sometimes they do when they're, my son's a car sick.
Yeah. Hank the Cow Dog, I highly recommend. They're really fun to listen to. They're delightful, but everybody enjoyed them. And sometimes my husband was a little pickier than I am. He really enjoyed them too. They're read by the author, John Erickson, but they're delightful.
What is
and
it again?
Hank the Cow Dog is the
Hank
series.
the Cow Dog. Okay.
Yeah, it's about a cow dog who's a ranch hand. They're funny books, but our kids were a couple of years apart. We found that everybody enjoyed them, from the adults to the youngest.
Yes.
So that was a good one. It's sometimes hard, when you've got a family, to find something where everybody kind of enjoys it.
Well, and then that makes me think, you can get your 20 minutes a day if you have a regular commute.
Yes, that's another great way if you're commuting, and especially if you're commuting during construction season and there's delays. I highly recommend getting an audiobook from the library to help that go a little faster.
That's a great
Or at least not mind while you're waiting for your turn.
Now, when does this start? When can folks sign up for?
Folks can start signing up June 1st.
Okay,
And so summer reading is June 1st until August 31st, and then we do the prize drawing on September 1st.
Wonderful.
There you are.
All right, so we hope that you take advantage of summer reading. You sign up on Beanstack, you track your minutes, you earn your badges, and maybe win a few prizes.
Yes.
That sounds awesome. And you can do all of that on our website at, we're going to say it again, www.scld.org. And thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time.